Welcome everyone, this is Pastor Bob Douglas. Now, each one of the videos that we're doing here, we're asking people to just think about one single word. Think about the word joy. Now I'm going to stop here for just a second and say I'm not talking about happiness. Happiness is something very different. We talk in this country about having life, liberty, and the freedom to pursue happiness. That's very noble and everything, but it doesn't really satisfy. It doesn't last. Happiness is a response to our circumstances. Happiness is when you win the competition, when you get the promotion, when you get the job, when you have someone say, "Boy, I really like that." And you get that reinforcement. You have happiness. Joy is different than that. Joy can be a part of the most sad, most difficult, the most depressing situations of life. Joy can be a part of even grieving the loss of a loved one. And you say, "Pastor Bob, I'm not understanding that. Joy and happiness have to be the same thing, don't they?" No. Happiness is I hit a home run. Joy is I have my friends and together we overcame an obstacle. Joy comes from relationship. Joy comes from sharing life with other people, sharing something deeper. I'm going to put a picture of my wedding ring on here. Judy and I have shared over 51 years of life together. Has it all been good? Has it all been wonderful? No. We've had some very difficult days, very difficult years. We've faced some big challenges. Were we always happy about that? No. All you have to do is talk to Judy for a little while and say, "Was Bob always a happy person?" No, 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 no. But there was a joy. There was a joy that we were going through it together. There was a joy that we were fulfilling our calling. God called us to do what we've done through the years. There was joy that came from knowing that we were loved by our parents, that they understood what we were doing and were supportive. There was joy in knowing that Jesus Christ was walking with us through the fire. In the story for today, the word is joy, because it shows up several times in the chapters John 13 through 17, as Jesus spends the last night with his followers, his loved ones, in that large upper room. There could have been easily as many as 120 people there. His 12 disciples were there. There were a bunch of ladies that were there. They're mentioned all through the story of the crucifixion and things, and the garden tomb experience. There were ladies sharing the whole week with them. There could very easily have been Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. They just lived less than 2 miles away and were very, very close friends of Jesus in Jerusalem, the area of Jerusalem. They could have even had some of the leadership there. They could have had Nicodemus there. We know that he was a follower of Jesus who, in just 24 hours, is going to be taking Jesus' body down off the cross and putting it in Joseph of Arimathea's tomb. And what he said to them is, "I love you, all of you." Even Judas, who was going to walk away halfway through, and betrayed Jesus to the Jewish leaders and eventually to the Romans. Judas. Yes, even Judas. I want you to understand, over and over and over again in those chapters 13 through 17, he is talking about relationships. I want to show you my love, and I want you to show your love for me by doing what I ask you to do, what I command you to do. You are my friends. At one point, he just stops. He just says, okay, just stop for a second. I've called you servants or students or pupils, followers. He said, as of right now, I'm calling you friends. What does that mean? It means we're in a deep personal relationship. And no matter what happens from this point forward, and there are going to be some dark days ahead, there is joy in knowing that we are together. I am in you. You are in me, he said to them. And we're going to be together. I am going to come and take you to be with me. Over and over again in these chapters and verses, if you read them with a sense of what the relationship is that he's trying to describe, it's almost as though they're having a wedding ceremony, and the bridegroom is promising his eternal love to his bride, the church. The ones who are going to be the church of the new age. I love you. I am going to be with you. I'm going to send my Spirit to live within you. We are going to be united as one. There are too many references to those kinds of relationship words than I can actually read in this video, but if you look at it, it's always with a joy. I want my joy to be in you, and I want your joy to be complete. Complete. Tomorrow's going to be a bad day. He knew they were going to weep bitter tears. But on Easter Sunday morning, it will all make sense. And what they did not understand on Friday night will be perfectly clear on Sunday, and their joy will be complete. You see, happiness is everything's going as I hoped it would, as I dreamed it to be, as I wanted it to be. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I have a loving family all around me. We have enough money. We can pay our bills. We can do all the things. I'm driving a car that doesn't need to be towed every 2 weeks. I am happy. That's not what Jesus is referring to. Joy comes from being in a relationship with someone that lasts, that's permanent, that endures the difficult times, even the sad times, the grieving times. The word for today is joy, and it comes from being in fellowship. Jesus Christ is there to be your friend who knows you better than anybody else in the whole world. He is there to take care of you, to be the one you can depend on. He's your Easter Sunday morning, I promise you this will make sense, friend. I want your joy to be complete. But it comes through relationship. And Jesus said, I don't want to call you servants anymore. I don't want to call you pupils anymore. I want to call you friends. And then, once that happens, your joy can be complete. Thank you for having a chance to just spend some time thinking about God's plan to give you His permanent, eternal, abundant joy.